McLaren recover from a scrappy start as Oscar Piastri edges Lando Norris in a tight FP1 session that reshapes expectations for the Qatar GP weekend. The 2025 F1 Qatar GP Free Practice 1 results saw Oscar Piastri put his McLaren top of the timesheets at the Lusail International Circuit just ahead of teammate and title rival Lando Norris, with Fernando Alonso and the Aston Martin third fastest. With only 60 minutes available before sprint qualifying, the pressure was on to extract performance immediately, and the timesheets shifted rapidly in an intense opening to a high-stakes weekend. McLaren recover from messy start. As the session opened, a stream of cars rolled out on hard tires under the setting sun, and the order immediately fluctuated. George Russell and Max Verstappen both briefly topped the timing screens before Nico Hülkenberg lit up the sectors with purple times that showed immediate confidence in his kick Sauber. Verstappen responded with a strong lap of 1 minute 23.3, but the Red Bull champion quickly became unhappy behind the wheel. He reported a problem with his steering and suspected an issue with his front left tire as his car dropped back into the pack. He was not the only one feeling compromised. Charles Leclerc complained repeatedly about the balance of his Ferrari, lingering well outside the top 10 before climbing to a provisional 6th. The session then swung unexpectedly as Kimi Antonelli surged to the top with a lap that briefly stunned the field, highlighting once again the impressive one-lap promise the teenage Mercedes driver has shown throughout his rookie year. But the real surprise came from McLaren. Both Piastri and Norris spent almost half the session buried in the midfield, struggling to generate tire temperature and repeatedly running wide. Norris dropped to 20th at one stage after a wild moment through the dust as his crew worked to correct a car balance that simply was not clicking. Once the field switched to soft tires, everything changed. Isaac Hadjar was the first to exploit the grippier compound, jumping to the top before a rapid sequence of improvements reshuffled the order entirely. Then McLaren arrived. Norris fired his car to the top with a 1 minute 20.352. Moments later, Piastri struck back, finding another 58 thousandths to end the session with the fastest lap of 1 minute 20.294. Fernando Alonso slotted into third for Aston Martin, followed by Carlos Sainz and Hadjar, while Verstappen finished down in 6th. Next up for the drivers is the sprint qualifying session, which is scheduled for 8:30 p.m. local time in Qatar.